G.I. Joe releases their third film in the franchise based on the character Snake Eyes. But stick around to the end of this movie to see my top 5 revenge movies ranked. But Henry Golding stars as the titular character alongside Andrew Chu, Ursula Corberó, Samari Weaver, Aiku, Uwais, Haruka Abe, Takehiro, Hira, Peter Mensah, and Mojo Riley makes an appearance too as well in this movie. I probably butchered half of those names. I'm sorry. It's really hard for me to pronounce names right now. I'm super excited that Mojo Rawley was in this movie. I thought I saw him during that first fight that Snake Eyes had in the movie. It's like, is that Mojo Rawley? I'm not sure. And then I found out after I got home and looked at the cast that it was. But movies need to do this more. Use WWE wrestlers more in their action movies as unknown fighters that the hero beats up just because they're already trained to do this. They're great athletically. But the director of Snake Eyes, who made this decision to put Mojo Rawley in the movie, is Robert Schwentke. Robert tells this basic revenge story with GI Joe characters in the lead role, and I usually really like revenge movies, but this one had me not caring as much. Okay, so first off, I did not realize that I know nothing about GI Joe characters or the property of GI Joe. Going into this movie, I thought Snake Eyes was actually the main villain and was viewing the movie as an anti-hero story like Joker or Venom, which was this movie was completely different as he's the main hero of the G.I. Joe properties. But I was just expecting something different than what I watched for sure. Maybe that's why I did not care about it as much as I thought I would. Even though I did like seeing a day-to-day superstar like Mojo Rawley in this movie, I just wish the camera work and the fight scenes were better. This is one of the worst uses of camera angles, shaky cam with quick cuts during a fight scene I've seen in movies recently. There are multiple sword fights also that happen in this movie, but the sword seems to do no damage to very little. It's just a slice and then no blood, no scar, no nothing. It's just people just fall down, people just staying around waiting to rush the hero rather than actually just fighting him and trying to overpower him. They're just like, wait for my cue, wait for my cue. Okay, go. Okay, you go down now, I go. You go down now, I go. And I was also waiting for a car chase scene throughout this whole movie. There's kind of one in it, but not like a really big one that I wanted and was expecting. I just never got that chase scene that is in most action movies that is memorable. I hate to say this too, but it felt like not a whole lot of effort was put into this movie. It did not make me feel any emotions. There's no memorable scene in this, nothing cool that I could think back on, be like, wow, that was really cool. That's what I'm going to tell my friends. That's what stood out in this movie. The only thing that really stood out that I remembered or care to remember is the use of the subtitles were cool, I thought. When it was changing back and forth between languages and they would pop on the screen and how like they showed what city we're in, the text they used were cool, I guess, but that's about it. And if that's the one thing I remember, the movie ultimately failed in my eyes. Now, I haven't seen any other G.I. Joe movies, so maybe I'll be more invested in the movie if I knew more about the property. The movie really failed to make me care at all, like I said before. My excitement for Snake Eyes was low before watching this and remains at that level. But I give Snake Eyes a score of 41 out of 100. We'll just have to wait and see if another G.I. Joe movie gets made, and it seems like they are trying to get a lot of people to care about each character before doing an ensemble cast. They seem to do this standalone origin movies like they're doing with Snake Eye, and then bringing them all together in one movie to fight Cobra like Avenger style. I'm still probably not going to see the next G.I. Joe movie for a second chance of the franchise to get me invested. Otherwise, this probably might just have to die after that. It seems too outdated and it didn't update itself enough for the times we're in today. Okay, so real quick here, I'll give you my top 5 revenge movies. So at number 5 is 1971's movie Straw Dogs starring Dustin Hoffman. At number 4 is John Wick. How dare they kill off his puppy? That's all I have to say. At number 3 is Ganji. You should definitely check out this Hindi action thriller based on the Christopher Nolan movie Memento. I actually think it's better than Memento because it has more intense action and better kind of story development and not more tricks and story tricks based on it. It's just a straight action movie of someone who can't remember who killed an important person in their life. And then at number 2 is Prisoners. Hugh Jackman gives the performance of his life as he seeks revenge for the person who took his daughter. And then in the number 1 spot, I think everyone knows what it is. It's Old Boy, the best revenge movie ever made. Old Boy is nearly perfect movie with great action and a shocking ending. Anyways, thanks for checking out my review of Snake Eyes. Later on this week, I'll be reviewing the DC animated movie Long Halloween Part 2.